So it turns out MTV is closing its music channel down, which is an absolute crime. Me and Andy grew up watching this stuff. It was a big event. I remember that when the Unplugged one was on, I think it was Pearl Jam, I had to walk to my mate Ross's house at 10:30 at night to watch it. And it was such a cultural phenomenon, an event that it's missing in today's society. So me and Andy have done a list of our favourite Unplugged gigs. Now, we've got the website, Chattingtracks, www.chattingtracks.com, and there's a full list on there of those artists, and there's a video that you can watch as well. We're going to play some videos in a minute and go through some of those as well, but also if you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description so you can check out the website. And yeah, if you like the video, like, subscribe, because it massively helps us out. Anyway, so MTV was such a huge event that it's weird to think it's gone, and it's been such, don't get me wrong, MTV's still there, but they've switched off their music channel, and this is what we're here to talk about, because that was a staple of our music education growing up. You heard so many different bands, so many different styles, you had one-hit wonders, you had all sorts of stuff going on, and it was just a cultural hub for music. I mean, we're going to go straight on to Nirvana first of all, and their MTV Unplugged, because this really was the last album, wasn't it? And it was the hallmark of how they wanted it to be. They recorded it in 1993 and edited. Was it November they recorded it, and it went out in December. So there's only a month between recording it and putting it out. Kurt, deliberately avoided "Smells Like Teen Spirit" as well. He didn't want to play an acoustic version of that. Let's be fair, would it have worked as well? Would it have worked as an acoustic song?
I think a lot of Nirvana's tracks that were popular around that time would have failed in an unplugged setting.
Yeah.
I think what they did and the reasons behind what they did made their show the most iconic of all the MTV Unplugged. It's just incredible. It introduced a lot of people to Nirvana as well, because when you think back to 1992, 93, there was a lot of grunge coming through.
Yeah.
And really, I was very into Pearl Jam. And Nirvana kind of were a little bit too punk for me, right, at that point. They were a little bit too gritty, and I didn't really understand it until Unplugged.
Yeah,
and then it was kind of like that brought it into they can play. They are good at what they do. Where I felt that it was all very, very punk.
Yeah,
to me, it was kind of like three guys smashing the crap out of stuff.
Yeah,
and making as much noise as possible on the
album. Yeah, like volume overriding talent is what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Nevermind is a great album. I don't think it's their best, but it is a great album, and it's the album that put them out there. But it wasn't until I saw them play this unplugged set that I really went, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I missed the boat here.
Yeah, maybe I should have been involved with this a little earlier. It's an incredible set.
I mean, I've worn my cardigan in honour of Kurt just for this video. But Andy and I were lucky enough to go to the Royal Academy of Music we went to, wasn't it? And they had Kurt's cardigan that he wore and the guitar. I'll put a video up here, a link up here. So if you want to watch it, click up there. And it was just an amazing experience to be close to the guitar, and the cardigan, you see, had stains on it and fag burns, and it had all sorts of stuff, didn't it? And it brought the Unplugged gig closer to you as well, when you see how ordinary the stuff was, because you mystify these objects sometimes, and then when they're in front of you, you think, actually, that's just normal stuff. But even the set was amazing. It's dressed like lilies, and you had it looked like a funeral, which was obviously said, a lot of people said it preceded what happened next, but he just wanted it to be low key and a bit dark. And Andy knows me of old. I'm a bit of a covers snob. I'm not one for covers really, but their version of Man Who Sold the World is untouchable. It's absolutely amazing. So much so David Bowie said he liked it as well, which is amazing when the author gives you the nod like that. But what I like about their version of The Man Who Sold the World is when Kurt was playing the solo, he messed it up a little bit. He hits the wrong note and it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. The wrong note is in the right place. And it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, they eventually released the album in 1994, but let's not forget the screams on Where'd You Sleep Last Night is one of the most haunting moments you'll ever hear in rock music. It's just the way Kurt belts that out and just, it just gives you shivers every time. It's incredible.
Well, I want to talk on the funeral of effects on the stage production, really. When they set that up, you do look at it and you kind of think, well, that's really dingy, isn't it? That's really dark. And one of the producers actually turned to Kurt Cobain and said, it looks like a funeral parlor. And he said, exactly. You know, I feel like he maybe had a little bit of an idea about what was coming. And he knew, I think. And it kind of, that then became so iconic. And the way that a lot of people sort of touched Kurt after he died was through this. And like he said, where did you sleep last night? Oh my God. It sends shivers down your spine. The vocals, the raw passion and emotion as he comes out of that song. He was asked to do an encore as well, and he said he wouldn't do one. No.
Yeah.
I can't do better than that.
I mean, for people of our generation, he was our JFK, wasn't he? Like, I know exactly where I was when I heard the news. I know exactly where I was. And a lot of people feel the same. Let us know in the comments where you were when you heard the news. It'd be fascinating to find out where people were. But I was in Alton Towers, of all places, one of the most happiest places on earth. And I was standing there and it came up on the news. And I was like, what? And this is like in the morning, about 11 in the morning. The whole day was done for me. I was like, that was it. I was out.
Yeah, it kind of does knock you back, doesn't it? Such an iconic character.
Yeah. I mean, he lived by his own rules and he did his own thing, and fair play to him. Like, no one messed with Kurt. You know, if it was no, and even, you know, one of the other acts we're going to look at, Pearl Jam, even Eddie Vedder was looking up to Kurt and following his advice and like, wanting to be just how Kurt was like. But when you look at Kurt's upbringing to how he was later on in life, you understand why he was so resilient and so strong-minded. You know, it's all part and parcel of being a human being. But yeah, brilliant. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at one of the songs from that. We're going to look at Come As You Are, because what a great track to look at. Let's check this out. I've just seen that cardigan again and the guitar. He's like, we stood less than a foot from that.
Made me smile.
Yeah, he's just like, wow, we just stood like inches from it and just stared at the glass like this. Absolutely amazing.
Interestingly, this is actually one of the only real popular songs that they played, isn't it?
Yeah. Penny Roll Tea was on there, and
but those songs were kind of like deep cuts, really.
Yeah.
For most people at that time.
Yeah.
Those are deep cuts, and I really feel that they went against what MTV were expecting from them with this session.
Yeah.
In that MTV up to this point have been expecting people to come out with their hits, play the bangers, and release an album and bosh. And they didn't get that from Nirvana. They got covers from bands that people didn't know.
Yeah.
They got deep cuts, and they had made a concession to play this song. You know, so that MTV could actually have something that they were sort of like, well, at least we got something.
Yeah. And he also said, I want to bring out the Meat Puppets because they're my favourite band.
Yeah. And that was unknown. That was unheard of. That nobody else had ever done that on the Unplugged session. They really did dictate to MTV what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, when they were going to do it. And you're just going to have to get on board, because otherwise we're not going to do it.
Fantastic. Let's get into this.
Best I want you to be, as a friend.
Right, I'm going to cut him real quick there, because the sound is amazing on it. It sounds fantastic, doesn't it? But you've got Dave Grohl really holding back. You can see he really wants to smack something, doesn't he? Like he's almost like.
I wanted to say something on that actually, but I didn't want to disturb the video. He was told to calm down, because he's such an aggressive drummer. He was told to calm down, and he spent this entire session scared that he was going to ruin it. And he still felt that he was playing too loud, even with those brushes. Yeah. And all that. It's just incredible.
I love it. And Kirk's voice sounds lovely and rough already. Beautiful. Beautiful.
As a friend, best unknown enemy. Take your time, hurry up. Just is yours, don't be late.
I love the way he looks like that. I don't care.
Yeah, it's very nonchalant, isn't it?
Yeah, he sings, but he's like, I don't care, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he's just got that look about him. Like, he just does not give a monkeys that he's there, and it's probably the biggest gig they've ever played. Don't get me wrong, he's probably laser focused as a human being, but out externally, he looks like he couldn't care less if he was there at a bus stop playing the guitar. That's what I love about this. It's so, you know, his demeanor's amazing. Amazing. Oh, I'm going to jump in again. Sorry, I know I'm going to annoy a lot of people, but while I think about it, the guitar there, obviously, Kurt's a left-hander like me, and he's playing the guitar. And when me and Andy were looking at it up close, the jack port is actually on the top. Do you remember this? We looked at it and thought, oh, how did he do that? It must be really uncomfortable. So with a normal guitar, you would hold it this way, and the jack port would be in the bottom, so the lead would flow down. But Kurt had it upside down, so it was literally must have been right under his armpit, like here somewhere, playing it like. So there was obviously a danger that he could snap it as well if he leant down and knackered the guitar as well. But do you remember looking at that?
Yeah, I do remember looking at that, and it is in an awkward place. I think, though, at some points during this session, you can see it's quite laid quite far back away from where his arm is.
Right.
So I don't think it was as bad as we maybe thought it was when we went and saw it, but it still would have been a consideration for him.
Yeah.
The monitor down by his feet, down there, that's not a monitor. Okay. That's an amp.
Oh,
he refused to play through the system that they were providing because he knew how to get the best sound from his guitar, and it was through this amp down by his feet. And he actually played. He was the only one ever to do it.
Wow.
To play through an amp on the Unplugged.
Amazing.
Really cool.
Amazing.
Soft and bleach. Yes, I want you to be. There's a trend, there's a friend. Yes, I know where to be. Yeah. Memory, yeah. Memory.
Here we go. We get this now.
Memory.
Like every time I've just heard this again now because we're talking about this, but I just want to put the album on again. It's one of the albums, isn't it? As soon as you hear one of the songs on the album, you think, I just want to play it again. I just want to hear the whole thing again. Like you're saying there, you can see the lead on his arm. Like what we was talking about was upside down, the lead hanging down. But I think he could have, you're right, I think he would have to have thought about that because he could have knocked it off at any point.
Yeah, it is a long body guitar though. That does sit quite.
But that's no different. That's not. That's still like 2 inches from his arm, though. If he'd done that, he could have ripped that right off. But this detail did not appear to us until I was looking at the guitar and I thought about it. I thought, hang on a minute. So yeah, I mean, so he's going through all this emotion when he's playing it, and he's also got to be wary that he might knock a lead out or snap a guitar. It's amazing. The guitar, by the way, sold for £6 million in the end, and the jumper went for 300,000 or something like that. So we were standing there just going, wow, wow.
Yes.
But
they're worth 10 times that now.
Yeah. If only he was there and he just said, do you want that? Okay, yeah, thanks. Anyway, let's get on with a bit more. It's an amazing album. It's an amazing gig to watch as well. I'm sure it's on YouTube if you ever look. But it's just amazing, isn't it? And like I say, his cover of Man Who Sold the World is just absolutely mind-blowing. I just think what an amazing cover that was. And the way he plays it is brilliant. Like I said earlier, I'm a bit of a snob. I don't normally listen to covers, but that one I will give it the time of day. I really, really genuinely will.
Well, it was so good though, Rob, that a lot of people actually thought it was a Nirvana track.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
You know,
like that, yeah.
They that so well and made it so their own that people did think it wasn't until after that a lot of people realised that it was a Bowie song.
Yeah, bless him. Some of the performances we're going to go through have just been absolutely iconic. Now, Andy and I grew up in the 90s, and you couldn't escape some of these albums that we're going to talk about as well on this list. And it's fantastic to go through some of these. And you know, we're going to do some honourable mentions as well. But anyway, so we're up to Pearl Jam Unplugged. This was another one that was a real cultural event. Pearl Jam had just released 10 and it just exploded. And, you know, in the Pearl Jam documentary 20, Eddie Vedder says they were touring a lot and doing a lot of record shops, and they had to strip down the sound anyway. And so they were used to playing Unplugged. And then MTV offered them the gig and they took it. And quite rightly, they did an absolutely amazing job at the Unplugged gig. To be fair, it's a bit like Queen playing Live Aid. You know, Queen have played stadiums many, many times. So when they said, do you want to do it? They naturally knew what to do and did one of the best shows. You know, I don't want to be biased about anything we talk about, but the Pearl Jam Unplugged is one of my favourite ones, definitely. And there's another one which might surprise you, which is one of my favourite ones later we're going to talk about. I don't think Andy knows which one it is. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, they did Black was one of the most, you know, charged performances of all time on this. When Eddie sings that, it's absolutely amazing. He altered the lyrics as well to Have a Go at Ticketmaster because they had a big fight with them at the time. I don't know if people remember. And then, you know, that's a whole new video about Pearl Jam versus Ticketmaster because they got shafted by everyone around them, including fellow artists, which was well out of order. Anyway, we'll do a video on that one day. Yeah, but it's just an absolutely fantastic track and they really know what they're doing. And it's one of those things where even though really they were a new band, this MTV really cemented them as a staple and a long stay. You could tell from this performance that they're absolutely fantastic. Andy, what did you think of that one?
The Pearl Jam is my favourite of all of them.
I knew it.
But I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. But where we're looking at these two together, it's really interesting to look at their opposite philosophies on the Unplugged session. Because, I mean, you're looking at two bands that come through at exactly the same time, but they've got so differing ideas on how this should be done. You know, right down to the way that they're handling the fame at the time. You know, you've got Eddie, he's angry, he's conflicted about everything, and it shows in this performance. Whereas you've got Kurt, who's exhausted and alienated from everything. And again, that shows in his performance, you know? Yeah. You've got Kurt not wanting to play the hits. Eddie leans right into it. He plays all of them, you know?
Yeah.
There's no covers from Pearl Jam.
No.
The Nirvana set is full of them. You know, it's really, really interesting how the two of them come at the same medium from completely different angles, you know?
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Just, you know, the Nirvana one's really fragile and inward looking, you know, whereas the Pearl Jam one is, it's so intense and it's so powerful.
Yeah.
You know, I love them both, but as a Pearl Jam fan, I have to say that is the one that I go back to the most out of all of them. I just think it's an incredible set.
Fantastic. You know? I mean, we're very lucky that some of these, like we wanted to play a track from each of these videos, but unfortunately YouTube won't let us. So the ones we can play, we definitely will. And we're lucky enough to be able to do a Pearl Jam one. So we're going to take a look at a live from the Unplugged in 92. Let's do this. Andy, control yourself.
I got a little story for you. What you thought was your daddy was nothing but while you were sitting home alone at age 13, you're
Right, let's just talk about it for a little bit there. But straight away, you've got a young, angry band that are just hungry for it. And they play like there's no tomorrow. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, you can feel the energy right from the very, very start of that, can't you? It's just, it's right there. And like I say, in direct contrast to the Nirvana one, the energy levels are completely on another spectrum, really. And this was already an anthem for them. So it was quite risky for them to drop it into an unplugged setting and start playing it. But you do get the feeling from Pearl Jam that this isn't their first unplugged rodeo. You know, this is something that they're really, like you say, really comfortable doing, and will just smash it out. They're quite happy doing it. There's none of the nerves that Kurt Cobain shows through the set. It's all just driven, really punchy, really aggressive. Really, really, really good.
And the way Eddie takes his hat off and just starts shaking his hair, like they could be rehearsing. And it's like they're just rehearsing what they're doing. It's almost like, again, I don't care. And then Eddie looking up, he's like, I'm not going to look at the cameras. You can sod off. He's like, I'm looking up, I'm not looking at you. And sitting right there on this screen is their best drummer ever. I don't care what anybody says. Dave Aberdees was the best drummer Pearl Jam ever had. And they need to sort their shit out and get back together, because that man is an amazing drummer. He's amazing. And Andy and I used to play in a band back in the day. I'll put a picture in here so you can see what we look like. And he was the guy. There was Roger Taylor from Queen, there was Ringo Starr, and there was him. They're the three I was trying to copy all the time. And he's amazing. And the way he's playing drums on this as well is fantastic. He's not overpowering the kit. Like, obviously, we had Dave Grohl was quite scared when he was doing the Nirvana part. You know, Dave's just playing. He's just playing and playing. He don't care. Yeah, and it's like, if it's too loud, well, that's your problem. And fair play to him. You know, he just sounds amazing on it. But yeah, get Dave back. Come on, stop pissing about. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Oh, she walks slowly across a young man's room. She said, I'm ready for you. Oh, I can't remember anything to this fairy tale except the love. The look, oh, you know it. Now I can't see. I just stay right. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Look how angry he was. How angry he was. Amazing.
It's something she said.
Right, yet again, I just want to stop and go and play the album. They can come back to the video later. God, so good.
Yeah, there's a moment there when Eddie's doing that thing. You're saying about he's looking away from the camera. Yeah, but there's a moment, except the look, and he looks directly down the camera and connects with the audience at that moment, and it's just like, oh wow,
yeah,
and you feel like he's letting you in.
Yeah, he's like, are you in or are you off? Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. The power, the anger, the aggression.
Yeah. I just wow. And this is what is missing on today's music. This raw emotion like this. A band in the room playing all at the same time, you know, and just going, I'm not happy about this, I'm not happy about that, and you're gonna know about it right now.
Yeah, you know me, Rob. I've always been an advocate for acoustic music. I've always wanted to play unplugged when we were in the band together. It was always where I was more comfortable, and to watch bands like this do it so well, it just warms me. You know, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
I mean, this is, you know, out there one of the best. That's why we had to talk about this, because it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's get into it a little bit more. Let's play some more and just get lost in some amazing stuff.
Of course it is you. You're still alive, she said. Or do I deserve to be question. And it's so who answers? I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Why still alive?
They're angry with him.
Brian.
Flying now. That's really flying. Look at that.
Here we go. SOCALS are incredible.
Yeah. I forgot to have it.
Yeah, banging on the drum.
Wow, cool.
How good is that? How good is that?
That is amazing, isn't it? Like, what's you were saying earlier about the well polished as well? Is it sounded just like the record as well? Like it sounded just like the recorded version, which is fantastic. Yeah, brilliant live one, full of energy. Like if you've never seen these and you're a first time watcher, please go and check these out on MTV. MTV. Go and check these out on YouTube or get a record and discover them, because you're just going to enter a world you're going to absolutely love.
I was going to say, Rob, he's if that was your first experience of Pearl Jam back in the day, you were definitely going back for more, weren't you?
Yeah.
What a set.
So we're going to do some honourable mentions, ones that YouTube won't let us play the videos for, but we've got to talk about them because they're amazing. One of them was Eric Clapton from '92. It won 6 Grammys. It had the reimagined version of Layla, which is fantastic on it as well. And obviously Tears in Heaven, the big track, was on that one. You couldn't escape Tears in Heaven in '92 for that reason of that Unplugged gig. But it also brought a lot of blues back into the consciousness as well. Because I remember, like I said earlier, me and Andy were in a band, and all of a sudden everyone was playing blues a lot and things like that. And it became blues became cool again in the '90s. And yeah, John Lee Hooker's album that came out, I think it was called Mr. Boom Boom or something like that. And then Buddy Guy, who I've seen is amazing, by the way, he had an album come out. So you had this real big blues boom in the '90s as well, which shaped a lot of stuff as well. REM, that's another very good one as well. They were one of the first bands to do the Unplugged. They did it twice in '91 and 2001. And they did an amazing version of Lose My Religion on the '91 version, I think it was. Andy, I know you're an REM man. Did you like their Unplugged?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's up there. It's in my top 3. The Clapton one introduced Eric to Gen X.
Yep.
Really, it made him relevant again in the day. And what an amazing set that was. With REM, from the style of their music that they're going to be great acoustically, and they delivered every time. I recently watched the late one. I wasn't aware that they did a second appearance until quite recently, and I watched it. I wasn't as impressed second time round.
Right. Okay.
Although I would say that I would absolutely love to see Pearl Jam come back and do a second one, because
with Dave,
some of the songs that they've released since that would translate so well
Yeah.
into an unplugged session. Or obviously we're not going to get the opportunity to see it with MTV, but hopefully somebody somewhere thinks it's a good idea to maybe get people together and play unplugged. Because the world's a sadder place without it.
I think you're right. I think there's definitely a market for this. Like, let us know in the comments. Would you buy an unplugged album if it came out? Because there's a few that even aren't an MTV one that are fantastic. Like Status Quo Acoustica, that's a very good album as well. And then Paul McCartney, the bootleg, that's another very good one as well. So you're right. I think there's definitely a market. And I will put an unplugged album on if I'm in a chilled mood. I don't want to hit it too hard with the music. Sometimes you think, I'll put MTV Unplugged on, like Paul Simon or something like that. And you can find a lot of them on YouTube, which is great. You get the full concert now, which before you couldn't get for Love Nor Money, or the DVDs were like 25 quid. Whereas now people are just posting them, which is fantastic. So yeah, sometimes you think, I want to hear the song but in a different way. And that's definitely, there needs to be some sort of unplugged MTV spin-off that does this. I think there's a market there that people are really missing. Let us know in the comments. Is it the sort of thing you would want to hear? Because I definitely would. Okay, there's two we're going to mention now. Alice in Chains Unplugged from 96. If you need to see raw emotion and anger, frustration, addiction, dare I say the word if I get banned on YouTube, and just like a free fall, you need to watch that gig. So Lyle Stanley, Lane Staley, sorry, was had ill health due to what was going on in his life. Yeah. And it was often described as a farewell performance, although it wasn't intended as one. And you're watching that show on a knife edge. The whole thing is a knife edge because it looks like it could fall apart at any point, and it doesn't. And the playing and the songs are absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's the first performance by the band in 3 years as well. So you got the Nervous, they've not played together for a while. You've got Illness, you've got the other things I just listed. And my God, I've watched it many, many times, and I'm still not comfortable with it, even years later. It's amazing.
No, it is very, very uncomfortable, isn't it? But as you say, the performance is right there, but you're kind of every second expecting it to fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
It's really, really that anxious. You can feel the anxiety in the studio.
Yeah.
About are we going to get through this? Are we going to be able to make the end of this? And they do, and they deliver what arguably is one of the best sets of their career.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah.
How they did it, only they will know. But if you haven't heard it, go and see it, because Alice in Chains were really under-recognised as a grunge band in that time.
Yeah, definitely. You say that, right? You're absolutely right. We missed the boat because at the time we were all into Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and all that, and they were there, and they were just as superior. And I was like, and it took me till this Unplugged gig came out, and I probably heard it in the mid 2000s to go, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
Like, how did that pass me by? And I kept seeing the logo, and I kept seeing the patches, because it was all denim jackets and patches and things. And I was like, but how did I miss them? They were amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. I'm sure there were a few guys at college that were trying to open our eyes to them.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
I think we were so blinded by the star power of Eddie Vedder and the star power of Kurt Cobain that we couldn't look beyond that.
Yeah,
at that point in time, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, what an incredible vocalist, and such a shame. Because I honestly do think he had a lot more to offer to music. Like you say, I came lately to Alice in Chains, but they are sorely missed.
Definitely. I think we brought you a mixed bag so far. We brought you some sort of covers, and we brought you intensity. But if you want sort of the failing of humans as a weakness, I think this is the album you need to hear. It's amazing. It's truly a genuinely one-off performance that you'll never see again. And you've got to see it just once, even if you only watch it once and it's uncomfortable for you and you go, right, that's it, just to hear the music. And the man's frail, but the voice that comes out of it is just insane, absolutely insane. Okay, we're going to move on to, which is probably my outlier of one of my favorite Unplugged gigs of all time. Now, I don't know if Andy knows this one. I don't think I've ever told him, but if you ever desert island me and said you can take three, obviously I'd take Pearl Jam, I'd take Alice in Chains. I'd have to take Kiss Unplugged. Now, honestly, Kiss are one of those bands that I heard their recordings before, and I thought they're okay, you know. Then I heard the Unplugged album, and I was like, that is amazing, right? So it was the first time they put all 4 of them back together. They did 3 or 4 songs at the end, and they've got an amazing drummer on there as well. His name escapes me. Eric Singer, the drummer. He's absolutely brilliant as well. He's up there with Dave Abruzzese and all those drummers. He's a really technical player, brilliant. They didn't have the makeup on as well, so it was literally just a pure acoustic show. And it did the reunion tour in '96, which fell apart again. But what they did was they took tracks pretty much from every album they'd done, and then they did it in a sort of different way. So they did a song called Every Time I Look at You. They got an orchestra to come out, and then right then they did Rock and Roll Night with the original band. But if you want to see really good songwriting, really good like structure or music structures, and just songs that are meant to make you sing along, this is the album you need. And it's full of energy and it's full of life, and it's such a good Unplugged album. I can't recommend it to anybody. Like, what do you mean? I can't recommend it. I can't recommend it enough to anybody because it's so good that it's absolutely brilliant. Andy, have you ever heard any of the tracks off of it?
No, you just recommended it to me. I will be going and having a look at that because I'm not a huge Kiss fan.
Me neither.
But I do enjoy them on occasion, so I'll have a little look out for that one.
Now, full disclosure, right? I've heard Kiss over the years, and I've never felt that their performances have been recorded properly. Like, I knew the songs were good, and I knew they were great players, but whenever you hear the original albums, like Destroyer and things like that, it never seemed to hit right for me. It didn't sound right. Like, it's almost like the mix wasn't right, or the engineering wasn't right. Then when you hear this Unplugged album, it's amazing. Like, the mix is right. You know, people say, is Gene Simmons a bass player? Is he actually any good? And when you listen to that, you know what a great bass player is. You 100% know what a great bass player is. And Paul Stanley's voice is absolutely untouchable in this performance. Absolutely. It's fantastic. If you never heard it, you got to check out. Unfortunately, I don't think we could play a video because we'll get smashed with copyright, but there we are. We're going to move on to a different style now. We're going to go to jazz, and we're going to go to Tony Bennett. You know, Tony Bennett he's backed by his jazz ensemble and musicians. And what's really funny is he comes out and he goes, "Hey, this is great," or something like that. He goes, "It's great to be unplugged," because he always is, isn't he? It's always he's sort of like, "What do you mean? What am I doing here?" His voice is absolutely effortless as well. Like, and Tony Bennett was just such a great singer, and he's that old school, you know, Frank Sinatra style. But if you want something really nice to listen to and you just want to chill and just have a nice evening where you're eating your dinner, put that on, and it won't disappoint. He does like Fly Me to the Moon on it and stuff like that. And I think he does I Left My Heart in San Francisco off the top of my head. But what a great voice. And he's just got so much charisma. He's got his suit on, you know, and he's and he's so good. So good. Some of the, like I say, these performances are just absolutely incredible. And this is definitely one of them that's just
Tony Bennett's one of a kind, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's absolutely fantastic.
I always think he gets overlooked as well, because you've got Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. I think he gets overlooked quite a lot.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think, you know, he's definitely level with all those guys. He's absolutely amazing. So we're doing a lot of rock and pop and things like that. And it'd be a shame if we missed this fantastic ice out. Alanis Morissette from 1999. It was a bit darker than people expected it to be from her as well. She did some quite dark songs, strips it all down. It was brilliant. She'd done Uninvited, an amazing version of that. And she did a lot of stuff from Jagged Little Pill, because obviously that was the album that was popular at the time. So we're going to take a look at one of those tracks, and we're going to look at Head Over Feet.
I had no choice but to hear you. You stayed in your case time and again, and I thought about it. You treat me like I'm a princess, and I'm not. You still liking my air, and you ask how my day was.
I'm just going to jump in there really quick. As soon as that started, it was like the mid-90s to me again. I could just hear the 90s. Let's not forget what Alanis was doing, right? So she was up there with the big hitters, with like Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and, you know, Jagged Little Pill come out and just smashed the world apart. It was an amazing album. But there was no one doing really what she was doing at the time, was there? She was the outlier for everybody, like the singer, let's say the female singer-songwriter. Nobody was doing this. And she really is like an uncredited Yeah, she's an uncredited genius for being the only one that was doing that at the time. I mean, you had Jewel and artists like that and Fiona Apple, I think, but not to this level. This lady was touring, and she was, you know, had a multi-million platinum album come out, and she was writing, you know, about her life as well. You know, what's the one where she talks about going down and dinner or whatever it was? That was a true story as well. So she was writing about her life and putting it in the open like that. And yeah, she deserves way more credit than she ever got for being as big as she was.
Absolutely. I think most of her songs are biographical. They're very, very much about her life and about the people that are around her at the time. Nothing says the 90s to me like the font that they use at the beginning of that song when they put the writing up there. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And it's all in that swirly writing.
And written, yeah.
Yeah, it just says 90s to me straight away. But her voice, the way she sings, the way she phrases things, she's just really, really cool. She's so iconic. And her music really does lend itself to the unplugged scene, doesn't it? It's yeah, because that's how it's meant to be heard. That's what she does. That's what she is, and she does it exceptionally well.
Isn't she iconic? Don't you think? Anyway, let's go. For those, I just hear a million people groan the song. Anyway, let's do a little bit more of this.
You've already won me over in spite of me. And don't be long to fight for. Get over feet. And don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault.
I love it when Alanis does, like, she's got her normal voice, and then when she goes like, it's your fault, you just know the power's in there somewhere. She did it in a lot of records where she sang like in a certain way, and then all of a sudden the power would come out and it'd be like, whoa, there she is. That's the real voice right there. It's amazing. But you're right, this is like, you can tell she's done these songs many times acoustically and worked them out, and then now she's just doing it with her band. You know, she could be in a coffee shop and I'm sure it would sound just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this sits in between the Nirvana and the Pearl Jam one, where Pearl Jam hit it with so much energy and so much aggression, and Kurt Cobain is so alienated from the music, so laid back and so insecure, and she sits right there in the middle. There's not the power there, but there's not the insecurity either. It's so nicely balanced between the two. It's very, very clever.
Your love is thick, and it swallowed me whole. And you're so much braver than I give you credit for. And that's not lip service. You've already won me over in spite of me. And don't be long to fight for. Head over feet. Don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault.
I love the lyrics there about, you know, like, I fall in love with you, but it's all your fault. Like, she couldn't help herself. And it's like most of the lyrics are like from a strong, independent woman. And then when it comes to love, it's like, well, I couldn't help that though. It's that's what I like about those lyrics. It's a bit, it shows the human frailty of love, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does indeed. She's very girl next door, isn't she?
Yeah.
Right down to the way she sings and the way she comes across. She's very girl next door. You can't not love her, really.
Yeah. And she's gorgeous, let's be honest.
I had a huge crush on her back in the day.
Yeah, we all had a big crush on her. Let's just say it now. We just thought she was just, amazing. Anyway, as well as the singer-songwriter, obviously, look, we just thought, everyone had a crush on Alanis Morissette, I think.
You are the bearer of unconditional things, and you held your breath and the door for me, and thanks for your patience.
Can I just say I hate harmonicas? The one instrument I can't stand is a harmonica. I don't know what it's about.
Dylan thing, isn't she?
I just think they're bloody awful. Anyway, she does it well.
You're the best listener that I've ever met. You're my best friend with benefits. And what took me so long, and I've never felt this healthy before, and I've never wanted something rational, and I am aware now. I like to think I am. I am aware now.
I love that. I like to think I am a weirdo.
I just want to say that I kind of feel that the band behind her are just a little bit flat in their energy.
Yeah.
I do feel that they do let her down a little bit in this. I feel that she's so comfortable doing what she does. It doesn't feel like they all are so much.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe they're more used to being plugged in, because the energy's just not there for me. For some of them, it's like maybe particularly the bass player. I'm kind of feeling a lack of energy from him. It's sort of very plodding, and there's no. It doesn't feel like he's trying to put anything of himself into the music. It's just he's kind of following the notes, if you like.
I get you.
You've already won me over in spite of me. Don't be long if I fall at our feet. Don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. La la la, yeah, ha ha,
Goes again.
Great performance, great songwriting as well. Really great. And like I said earlier, she's a blazing icon for that singer-songwriter style. And to me, she was the 90s Carole King, where she was just on her own. I know you don't like Carole King, but yeah, I mean, she was the only one doing that at the time. And there was the Trailblazer. To me, she was that, and absolutely fantastic stuff. So yeah, Andy and I thought we'd just go through some of our favorite MTV performances and mention some outliers. Now, the question I've got to ask you is, was MTV Music Necessary now?
I think MTV Music should always be necessary. It's another stream for people to connect with music. You know, without MTV Music, the world's lacking that direct connection to music videos. I'm talking about MTV Music as it was back in the 90s, you know, where it was pretty much 24/7 music videos.
Yeah.
You know? So you could turn it on and you could watch music from morning till night. You could watch of various different artists. Yes, of course, they had their playlist and they had their people that they were promoting and all that sort of stuff. But which radio channel doesn't have that?
Yeah.
Because for me, MTV Music is a visual radio channel.
Yeah.
You know, they've got to do what they've got to do. But the world without it doesn't feel quite right to me.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, it's not going to work now because you've got YouTube and all these other things and on demand and websites and stuff. So it doesn't have the importance it did. Yeah. It doesn't work in today's society whatsoever unless you just want it on in the background in your house for nostalgia. But you're right. If it's not there, it feels like the world's missing something.
Yes. So where are we getting the unplugged from now? You know, like I said before, where do these sessions get an opportunity to be born, to be created? you know, because without MTV Music, a lot of that brilliance would never have happened, you know.
Well, all I can say is if you support this channel enough and we get big enough and you subscribe, we'll be the ones that will bring it back to you.
Well, I'd love to be involved with that.
How's that for an agreement? Subscribe to our channel, and as soon as we get big enough and we've got enough clout, we will start bringing you unplugged gigs from big artists.
Yeah.
That's our deal with you people. I think that's fair enough. And it's been a pleasure chatting about it. It's been great fun. And go, if you're not seeing these, go and dig these out and check out these unplugs that we've done. Check out the website with the article on it as well, because we mentioned a lot more on there as well. And there's a video of each one because we're not replaying it. You can actually watch the video if you've never heard those tracks as well. And it's been a pleasure. And till the next time, love and peace. This channel needs your help. It turns out 93% of you wonderful people that watch this channel don't subscribe. Now, we need your subscription to tell YouTube that this channel is worth looking at and pushing. That way, it will generate more opportunities, which means we can get more content out for you, which is something we absolutely love doing. It's just a click. It's absolutely free, and it would mean the world to us. Thank you so much.